Hi everyone, I have another old winter ATV adventure in Nova Scotia to show you from a few years ago. Bill, Bob and I traveled to Isle Madame to attend a rally put on by the Isle Madame ATV Club in February. We love going on road trips for ATV adventures, so Bill started in Bridgewater and headed to Hubli to pick up Bob. And they went to Truro to get me, and we drove all the way in my truck to Port Hawkesbury and spent the night in a hotel there because the rally started close to that the next morning. This was a poker rally, meaning they gave everyone 3 cards at the beginning of the day, a 4th card at a checkpoint, and then a 5th card at the finish. They give prizes away based on the best hands. In a previous video I uploaded, I was complaining about icy trail conditions and how dangerous they can be. So I decided to try to put some studs in my ATV tires to see if that would help on this particular day that we were going out, because I knew there was probably going to be some icy conditions. I did not have access to go to a store that was open to get some studs, so what I did do was buy some hex head screws that were very small, like a 1/4 inch maybe, I think, and put them in the thickest part of the lugs. They worked like a charm. It was so cold that day. I bet you it was minus 30 with the wind chill. So I didn't take many pictures because I didn't take the gloves off much, and my GoPro only got about 8 or 9 minutes worth of video before the battery died, and I wasn't going to bother to try to recharge it as I was going. So there, you're going to see all of that video in its entirety right here. This section here, driving along the water where it was exposed to the wind, was the absolute coldest section of the entire day. The rest of it wasn't too bad when we were in the tight trails in the woods, because the woods keep the wind away. But this section here was just unbelievably brutally cold.
Yeah. Man, that's a really bitter wind. Yeah, with that view? Yeah, today.
Bob ended up riding with me on the back of my machine. Luckily I had a second, like a seat on the back. His machine wouldn't start that morning. We weren't quite sure what was wrong. When he got it home, he had to take it to the dealer and they fixed it easy. They just had to replace, it was an electronic component under the seat.
Saw better days. And back to the trees. In the deep snow.
Once we get back onto the trail that was taking us through the woods, it was the conditions for the snow were great. It was actually kind of grippy snow. It wasn't too slippery underneath, except for one spot you'll see a little farther up. And then on the way home was another story. When we left Riley on our way back, we ended up running into a blizzard.
Some deep stuff here. Whoa, whoa.
It's not usually a good sign when you see somebody sliding back down a hill.
Oh, he's coming back down. Must be all ice underneath. Hopefully. I thought he had it the last time.
It turns out that hill there to our left had lots of snow, but underneath the snow was full of ice. So ice and snow together do not make a good combination.
I think I'm going to stop. Oh, here he comes again. Looks like he's got good tires on there. Needs more running room. Oh. Let him get some speed. That should be enough room now, I would say. There he goes.
Yeah, he's gonna make it. He's got a lot of speed. You got a heavy load on behind you, make it.
Well, yeah, if we get that extra weight, we should be okay. He's up. Oh, it's pure ice. I can feel those studs just grabbing.
If I hadn't put those screws in the tires, I probably would have been in the same boat as that guy up ahead, because the tread depth on my tires wasn't very thick. And Bill's riding behind me on his old Suzuki King Quad, and he had actual studs from the dealer. That same thing worked like a charm.
You know what, that guy that was having a hard time was running ITP, those mud lights. Those things are garbage. They sell a whack of them just because they're cheap, but they're not very good.
In case you're wondering what machine I'm riding there, that was a 2015 Polaris Sportsman 850 SP that I bought new. It was a really comfortable machine, great engine, tons of power, and I actually really like the sound of it. I only had it a year and I sold it, and then I bought my Can-Am Commander that I still have now.
They did a good job there, Brad, pretty good.
When we get back to the clubhouse, we got our last card of the game, and Bill had a really good hand. He had a full house, which is the best hand I've ever seen at a poker rally. And they had coffee and hot food there for us, and we had to wait, we had to get back on the road, and we couldn't wait because the weather was getting really bad. And after being on the road for a few hours, we got a phone call, and Bill won the main prize, which was a trip for two to the Dominican Republic, which is the best prize I think I've ever seen at a ATV poker rally. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you liked the video. Please consider hitting the subscribe button and the like button.